When was the moment where you thought, nah, I'm not really on board with this train?
When they told me I had to suck dick. Honestly, it was that simple for me.
So you're not rainbow enough anymore.
You're not rainbow enough. You can't just be like a basic gay guy or a basic lesbian anymore.
Is it because...
You know why though, right?
No, go for it. Why?
Because nobody likes cis straight white people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or cis, like the less, let me say this, how do you say it? Okay, so like cis straight white men are at the bottom of the pole. Like they're at the top of the world.
We know.
Yeah. So, right, they're top of the world, but like in like the gay culture, right? Like or the woke culture, you're at the bottom. Like nobody likes you.
Yeah.
So like then you could be white, you could be a white cis but gay man.
Right.
And then you can be white cis lesbian.
Yeah.
And then it's like the queers, black trans women at the top.
Right.
It's like we have to praise these people. And it's like, how about we're just all the fucking same?
Yeah.
Like we're all on the same level. We're all learning about ourselves. We're all different people. Nobody has to hate anybody. Like they're trying to erase hierarchy and these system of oppressions by creating another system of oppression, hating white people, hating straight people, hating men. It doesn't make any sense. So now you have all these young kids that are cis straight white men or cis straight white women that are claiming all these other identities because they don't want to be on the bottom of the pole, right? They don't want to be hated. So they're like, just kidding. I'm not actually white. I'm Native American, like Elizabeth Warren. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm actually non-binary. So I'm like, I get like oppression points. Now I'm up here. This is what happens.
You're right about the totem pole of different level. Like people just want to be in a different place on that pole.
Yes.
You know, and I think it seems that when you took, like, it sounds like something people who are bigots would make up about people who are just identifying as a different gender.
But they're actually doing it. It's not made up. Like, we're not making this up.
Right.
No.
This is an actual thing that's happening. Like, everywhere. That's first world countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know the thing that actually crystallizes what we're talking about are the flags. Have you seen the flags? This is beautiful.
Like the 80 different, like I don't even, I'm gay and I can't even, I think I know about 6 of them.
Do you know what the straight flag is?
No.
It's beige.
Beige?
Yeah.
There's a straight flag now.
And it's beige.
It's beige.
And I'm sure you guys get shit for that. Probably. Like if you had it hanging on your
We don't have one in the,
but
we don't have one
But
framed.
if you did, you would get shit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Which
that
is
would be
stupid.
straight pride, wouldn't it?
Right.
Right.
And straight pride is bad. You can't be straight
You
anymore.
can't be
It's
pride,
bad.
yeah.
Right.
But it's so interesting. To me, that is the most beautiful troll I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You get a flag, but it's beige because you're fucking boring.
That's true. That's exactly what it is.
Every group now, we're not trying to like make people's lives easier or like just like go, oh, this person is a bit different. Let's include them if we can. It's more like, this is my fucking right. I
Right.
deserve to be here.
Right. And that's not how gay people.
and everything
that's
is
not
like
how
that.
gay people won their rights. By the
No.
way, like it's different at Stonewall. Yes, Stonewall they acted like that because they were getting beaten up.
Yeah.
That's a different scenario.
Yeah.
But gay people were like, we're just like you. We just want something a little different, but we want to interact with society and be a part of society like everyone else. That's not what this new movement's about. It's the opposite. It's literally the opposite, like what you're saying. You have to conform to what we think about ourselves. Is the opposite of what gay people did, which is we're going to conform to you. We're just a little different.
And it's
That's why the, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was going to say, I think that's why trans rights is and not actual trans people, by the way, I don't think. This is just like these non-binary queer people. That's why it's reversing our rights. That's why a lot of these issues are going backwards.
How so?
A lot of it, just like the trans rights specifically, I would say.
But how are your...
How is it going
I don't
backwards?
disagree with you, but just give us some
well,
flesh.
maybe not the rights necessarily. I would say the acceptance of us.
Well, there's data to show that.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
There's data to show that.
Yeah.
So people
like
are
we're
becoming...
less and less accepting of LGBT people over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Because of people like that. Like, you have to see me as I see myself. That's not what self-ID is. Self-ID means self-ID.
All of us have been like told, you are this group. Like I'm supposed to go, well, I'm a first generation immigrant and I blah, blah, blah.
Right.
What?
For what? What's the purpose?
Like,
Exactly.
Like
What's the
why
purpose?
do I need to identify as part of this group and then pursue our group rights together? Why can't I just be like a person?
Because I think it's divided. Do you think it's the divide and conquer technique?
Right.
You think that's what it is? I think that's part of it. And I think it's also that hierarchy thing again. It's like they don't want white people. Like they're racists, literally.
Yeah.
They hate white people. They hate men. They hate white men specifically. So
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
no, but it's true. It's true. Like and it's funny because like I've never had an issue with white men. Like white men for the most part are usually like, well, we'll say white people for the most part are usually the most accepting of LGBT people. I don't know if you guys know that. But if you go to like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
Mexico, they're not as like LGBT friendly there. I'm
No.
just saying, black people, very Christian, very Catholic. You got to remember, it's a thing. So I don't know why people in the gay community are hating white people so much. Like on paper, they are the most accepting of LGBT people
I think it's maybe within the US. If you look at
within the U.S.
right, it's if you look elsewhere. So you gave the example of. I mean, Puerto Rico is part of the US, isn't it?
Technically,
Right.
it's like a territory.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, yeah.
But like, for example, where I come from, Russia, Ukraine, these aren't places that are great on LGBT rights.
right.
either.
No,
So-
I'm talking about the states.
Yeah.
White people in the states. Yeah.
So yeah, but I hear what you're saying. It's
Right.
interesting.
yeah. That's what I mean.
But is there a
Because
thing?
this queer movement's mostly in the states, right? And
Right.
here,
Yeah.
like Canada.
And I are you saying that in America, in the LGBT community, if there's such a thing, people are sort of like they've embraced this idea that white people are sort of
Evil, like 100%. They hate them, and it's sad because like Marcus and I will be walking in the street and like he'll get looks even because he's like my friend Marcus is behind the camera.
right.
He's a trans guy. He gets shit because he's cis passing as a trans person. Like that's the point as a trans person. You want to pass as the gender that you feel.
I know people will be pissed off at me asking this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you
I
think
love it then. Go.
part of how we got here is there were sort of parts of feminism, not all, like you said, there's different ways of doing feminism, and some of them I think are really important, and I agree with completely. But there was also a part of feminism which sort of sought to pretend that there are no differences between men and women.
Yes.
And then you
New
end
age
up in this
feminism.
position, right?
Yes.
You're going, well, there's no difference between men and women. Why do you need women's spaces?
Right.
We're all the same,
Right.
But we're not the same.
No, not at all. A true feminist isn't going to say, just because you want to be treated as an equal doesn't mean you're the same. Equal and the same don't mean the same thing.
Right.
Like you can have a math equation and it's equal, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
They don't mean the same thing.
Yeah.
You treat me as an equal, but that doesn't mean like respect me as the same, right?
Yeah.
Pay me the same, but
Don't
that doesn't
discriminate
mean
against me in
right.
employment.
But
all
that doesn't mean we're the same.
Yeah.
Right? There's a big difference. People misconstrue those two words.
And so that means there's been a lot of things in my life that I've really struggled with.
Right.
And it's very easy for me to then go, oh, that's the result of this condition. Therefore, I can't do this. I can't do that. It's everybody else's fault.
Right.
Instead of going, well,
How do I fix it?
Yeah,
Or how do
do
I help myself?
Because that's difficult.
It is difficult, but it's the way you have to. What else are you going to do? Like
Right.
you can blame everybody else, but that's not actually going to help you.
For me, what I find worrying about this ideology is that it encourages you to see yourself as helpless.
As a victim. And you know why that's popular right now? You know why the government is condoning that or like even prioritizing that? Because that means they're going to ask the government for help. And then the government has more power, more control. That's how you get communism. It's literally how communism happens. I need help. I don't have anything. I can't do anything. The only answer is the government helping me.
Which is interesting that it would be happening in a country like America because you're
Very anti-communist as a nation.
It's not even about anti-communist. It's the very foundation of your society is based on the very opposite in terms of what you actually. It's not that you are anti-communism. It's that the beliefs that you used to inculcate in your society were the antithesis of communism. They were about self-reliance,
Yes.
independence, go get it,
Independence,
make it
freedom.
happen.
But that's a great thing that this particular ideology gives you. It just gives you a list of opinions which
believe
come,
in.
yeah, to believe
Which is
in.
a cult, by the way.
Okay, let's go with
Yeah.
that then.
It's a cult.
Why?
Like literally just what you said. This is what you have to believe in order to be a part of our group,
And the moment
the
you don't,
oppression group.
and the moment you don't believe that,
Bye, girl, bitch, bye, bitch. Like that's it. You get excommunicated from the. I always use that word, but it's like a religion. That's why I say excommunicated.
Yeah.
It's literally like a cult is like a religion.
But they also, and this to me is a really sinister thing, because if it was just that, it's obviously disgusting, awful, reprehensible, blah, blah, blah. But they frame it as kindness.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that really
Manipulation.
gets
Well, that's the manipulative part, right?
Yeah.
right? It's for your
Gaslighting.
benefit.
Yeah.
It's for your benefit.
Western culture is really exported American culture.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. A lot
Okay.
of the time. it is.
We watch your
I'm so
movies.
sorry that we did that.
Yeah, we watch your movies. We listen to your podcasts.
We
you
want
know?
reparations
Down.
for all of this shit.